4 days after an eerie silence swept across social media, a single midnight post changed everything. Yu Menglong's name shot back to the top of Weibo's trending list after one of his closest friends decided to leak fragments of their private chat logs. A desperate act meant, they claimed, to clear up months of swirling speculation. Since the shocking news about him first erupted online, the public had been left with nothing but rumors, blurred screenshots, and out-of-context clips. Now, with these chat logs, the narrative had shifted into something far more complex and far more heartbreaking than anyone could have expected. The friend who shared the logs is known only by the nickname L, a figure who had until now kept entirely out of the public eye. In their midnight upload, they wrote, "I can't stand by while everyone drags his name through the mud. He isn't what you think he is." Within minutes, the post exploded over 1 million shares, hundreds of thousands of comments, and became the turning point in a story already steeped in mystery. The logs revealed months of late-night conversations between Yu Menglong and L. They were full of laughter, confessions, doubts, and frustrations about the crushing pressures of the entertainment industry. In one particularly gut-wrenching excerpt, Yu Menglong typed, "Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in a drama that never ends. I'm tired of being the character people want me to be. I just want to be myself." That single line was reposted thousands of times and framed as evidence of the quiet suffering he'd been enduring beneath his polished public image. Traditional media scrambled to catch up. Major TV stations sent crews to Yu Menglong's family home seeking comment. The only person to emerge was his mother, her eyes visibly swollen, asking the press to please respect her son's privacy. Meanwhile, his agency issued a terse, corporate-sounding statement. "We are verifying the content currently circulating online and urge everyone not to spread unconfirmed information." Far from quelling the storm, it only stoked more public curiosity. Fan forums mobilized almost instantly. Self-styled investigators dissected every word, emoji, and punctuation mark in the chat logs, building elaborate timelines. They noticed Yu Menglong often messaged at ungodly hours, hinting at sleepless nights. In one section, L mentions a secret project you had been working on, something massive and never before announced. "He's preparing something big," the chat read, igniting speculation about whether it was a new drama, a music release, or something much more personal. What shocked the public most was the human side of Yu Menglong on display: his fear, his vulnerability, his devotion to family and loyalty to friends. One part of the chat revealed he had been planning a private meeting to clear up long-standing rumors, but that meeting was abruptly cancelled due to some unexpected event. This fragment sent fans spiraling with questions. What was the event? Why did he sound so desperate in the days leading up to the news? Within 48 hours of LS upload, influencers, media analysts, and even psychologists weighed in. Many stressed that the pressures of celebrity life could act as an invisible weapon, eroding mental health from within. Some accused L of clout chasing, but a majority praised the act as a rare moment of honesty. The hashtag #YouMenglongTruth amassed over 2.5 billion reads in just 2 days, making it one of the most viral topics of the year. Then L themselves appeared briefly on a live stream. Masked and wearing a baseball cap, their voice cracked as they spoke. "I didn't mean to exploit him. I only wanted to give people a fairer picture," they said. L admitted there were entire sections of the logs they refused to post, citing privacy. "What you've seen is just a fraction. There's a bigger story, but it's not mine to tell." This cryptic remark only deepened the mystery, implying secrets even more explosive were yet to surface. In a culture ravenous for celebrity drama, the case became a mirror held up to society itself. Commentators dubbed it the kaleidoscope effect. The public sees tiny, colorful fragments without grasping the full image. Yu Menglong, long branded as the squeaky clean boy next door, suddenly appeared as a far more complicated figure, wounded, anxious, caught between the demands of fame and his own humanity. Meanwhile, Yu Menglong's legal team moved to action. They vowed to pursue accounts spreading manipulated or false versions of the chat logs. Yet the public seemed far more willing to believe LS version than any official statement. Many argued the logs were simply too detailed, too emotionally specific, to be fake. Rumors blossomed that the logs might one day become a book, a documentary, or even evidence in a looming court battle. Support poured in from fellow celebrities. Without naming him directly, some posted cryptic emojis or quotes from the logs, signaling solidarity. This sparked a separate wave of analysis as fans tried to decode which stars were siding with him. Slowly but surely, the narrative shifted from scandal to empathy. 4 days after LS' first post, a respected investigative magazine ran a long-form feature unpacking the entire saga. They interviewed communications experts, celebrity psychologists, and former talent managers to understand why these chat logs struck such a nerve. The consensus: the public rarely glimpses the most vulnerable corners of a star's life. When they do, curiosity can swell into a tidal wave of empathy and obsession. That article also entertained a darker theory. Was Elle being paid to shape the narrative on behalf of some faction? No evidence surfaced, but the speculation highlighted how thin the boundary had become between private life and public consumption in the social media age. Every emoji, every timestamp could be reframed as a clue to a grander conspiracy. As for Yu Menglong himself, the world still waits. Will he make an official statement, take legal action, or disappear for a while, letting the furor burn out? No one knows. But LS Upload has irreversibly changed how people see him. Perhaps this is the true cost of fame in the digital era. Reputations rise and collapse in mere days, and a single post can alter the perception of an entire nation. Yu Menglong's case stands as a striking example of how a celebrity's private drama can balloon into a mass cultural event, complete with millions of amateur detectives, moral debates, and shifting alliances. Over time, fans began to realize that behind every rumor is a human being who breathes, hurts, and struggles. The hashtag that once brimmed with conspiracy theories turned into a stream of support and prayers. One fan's comment went viral: "If he really is fighting through something, I hope he's strong. If these logs are real, I hope he finds a way out. All we can do is support him." It was liked hundreds of thousands of times, resonating as the collective voice of a public chastened by its own hunger for drama. Thus, 4 days after the silence, one upload opened the floodgates. The whole truth may not yet be known, but these chat logs were enough to shake an entire industry, test fan loyalty, and provoke serious debates about celebrity privacy. Yu Menglong now stands at a crossroads, between rumor and clarity, between public persona and private self. And all of us, fans, media, society, can only wait for the next chapter in a story still unfolding.